What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the working Mig200DV welding machine. Now this is a multi-process welding machine. You can MIG and flux, you can also stick weld, and it has lift art TIG. Now if you're trying to TIG weld with this machine, you do have to buy your own separate TIG rig because it doesn't come with one. So in today's video, I'll be trying all these functions, showing you how it works, how to do the settings, a little bit of arc shots, and at the end of the video, I'll be giving you my honest opinion on what I think about this specific machine. Now before we get into the actual welding, let's take a closer look at this machine. I think WARCKIng did a great job with the colors that they went with this machine. It has like a matte gray color with the white letters. Also has the red handle, so if you want to move the machine, you can easily grab it from there. I really like how they incorporated red here and there. Red is my favorite color, by the way. But they did a fantastic job, man. I really like how the machine looks. The machine is only 30 pounds, so it's very, very light. For those of you who don't know me, I have a welding shop out here in Houston, Texas. We do any kind of custom metal work, and we're always doing fences. And we're constantly moving welding machines on down the line when we build these fences, and this would be a great machine to use because it's so small, convenient. You can easily just move it around. It's one of my favorite features about this machine. This machine can run on 110 and 220. The 110 is the regular extension cord that you can plug into your house. The 220 volt will be the one that you use kind of like for your washing machine. If you do plan on running this machine, I do suggest for you to run it at 220 because you want as much power and energy so you can get the full functions of this welding machine. It has a couple of other features like overcurrent protection, over voltage protection, under voltage protection, equipped with a fan cooling system. Now, whenever you buy this welding machine, it comes with a few accessories. It comes with a 10-foot ground, a 10-foot electrode holder. It also comes with a hose for your argon. I have a few tips for that if you do buy the machine on how to hook it up because it doesn't come with fittings, and most of the times whenever you do have your own hose, it comes with the fittings on the end, but this one didn't come with it, but I'll show you what I had to do to be able to run gas into this welding machine. It also comes with a roll of wire, which I thought was pretty cool because I have bought and used plenty of other welding machines. They never send you the wire, and I thought that was pretty cool of them to send you this so you don't have to go out there and buy it. They also send you a few welding rods. I'm not too sure what brand is it or what kind of welding rods is it. To me it looks like some 332 mild steel rods, but I'm not too sure on that. 110 and 220. Also comes with a wire brush and this little custom welding hood that they send, so you can just put a welding lens in the front and you can just hold it up and tack or whatever you need to do. And it also comes with this 10-foot MIG gun. This machine is priced at 300 bucks. I'll have a link in the description box below. Okay guys, so enough of that. Let's get into the actual welding. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna try is MIG welding. So I'm gonna show you how I hooked it up. In today's video, I'm gonna be trying it with 7/2 wire. Now, for those of you who don't know about 7/2 wire, is the one that we use on fences. It's good for square tubing. If you do plan on using some 7/2 wire, you do need some 75/25 gas. Now, this machine will also run gasless, so if you don't have a tank, all you have to do is buy you some gasless wire, and you won't require to buy that bottle. Me personally, I feel like MIG is just way better than gasless. It welds better, it looks better, and it's much easier. It is more expensive, but if you do want to have some real nice projects, especially if you're doing like custom tables or something that a lot of people are going to be looking at, you want some nice beads on there. So I do recommend for you to get that 7/2 wire. Okay guys, so I'm about to go ahead and get set up for MIG, and I'm going to show you what you need. Okay guys, so here in the back you have your on and off switch and your 110 to 220 volt connection. So like I mentioned before in the video, if you want the full power of the machine, just use 220. So you simply just hook it up to your connection. Once that's tight, and now you're able to run 220. So I have in my shop, I keep a 40-foot 220 extension cord around because it's easier for me just to move around the shop with it. Plug it up. Once you get that, you turn it on. Machine turns on. Very simple. So they do send you over a hose for your argon, but it doesn't have the fitting connections to hook it up to my gauge, and I wish they did send that, but they don't. So what I did is I found an old hose that has the connection to my gauge, which is this one right here, and all I did was cut it, take the fitting off, and I hooked it up to the gas connection that you hear at the edge, and all you got to do is tighten it up so you don't have no gas leak, and that's pretty much it for the gas. So once you turn it on, machine turns alive. You have your volts and your amps down here. You screw on your MIG gun right here, and if you kind of don't have much welding experience, they put a little label here for you to understand where the ground goes and all the cool other stuff. You know, you have your gasless, gas, and it just gives you specific directions on how to hook everything up. But on today's video, I will show you how to hook the stick and TIG and MIG features for those of you who don't know. Right here you have your voltage knob. You could easily turn it up and down. goes all the way up to 23.4, and over here you have your amps. So you go all the way up to 203. Okay, so right here on top they have a little switch, which is arc, which is stick. You have Mig in the middle and lift TIG at the bottom. So today we're gonna be using Mig, so we're just gonna use it at the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my argon tank, and we're gonna run a few beats, and we will try to see how good this machine is. I went ahead and tagged these random pieces of scrap metal that I had laying around the shop. So my plan is to run a bead downhill all the way down here. I haven't used this machine yet, so I'm not too sure about the settings. So right now I just kind of played with it. Got it at 17.8 on my volts, 120 on my amp. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to run a downhill bead without busting through the back, and let's see how good it welds. Looks amazing, man. This machine was very, very, very smooth. Let me see if I can see that. So, real nice, beautiful bead, spread out nice and evenly. Happy with it. It did great downhill. I'm gonna go ahead and try welding something else to see how good it does. Okay guys, so I had a client stop by and he dropped off this square tubing, 1-inch square tubing, and these little pulley systems that he wants me to weld to the tubing. Is for some type of equipment to work out, and I'm not too sure what this is for. But anyway, Mig is great for stuff like this. It's perfect. I'm gonna tell you why. Whenever you want to weld thin gauge stuff, like this is a 16 gauge right here, 14 gauge, you cannot weld that with stick because you'll keep on punching through. Now Mig is great for thin metal gauge, sheet metal, square tubing, round tube, anything that's thin, Mig will do the job. There's a whole bunch of times where I use the Mig machine toward mufflers, cages, a whole bunch of stuff. So Mig works really good for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what's so convenient about Mig, and weld this together, and I'll show you some of these welds. One of my favorite things about welding Mig is that it's really fast and convenient. And what I mean by that is, for example, I could just grab my piece wherever I'm welding and just put it evenly. If I want to do a tack, all I gotta do is look to the side, press the trigger, and it's tacked. You know, I don't have to put a welding hood on. This really works really well, especially when we're doing fabricating gates. You could just tack, then put your hood on and weld everything up. So that's something really convenient. That's one thing I love about Mig. It just makes everything much better, much faster. Alright, so I finished. Check these welds out. Look really, really beautiful. The machine's really, really smooth. I'm very happy with it. I left the settings at the same thing. It was a little hot. I should have turned it down a little bit, but I was able just to kind of weave it back and forth a little bit. So yeah, I'm very happy with the Mig function. Works fantastic, guys. It makes it real, real easy. If you do plan on getting this machine, and you do plan on doing like a lot of square tubing, little small custom work, this machine will get it. Okay, guys. So we tried the Mig setting, and the Mig, I'll give it 10 out of 10. From the little bit that I did do, I'm very happy. Like I mentioned before, the machine runs very, very smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and try some stick welding. I'm gonna try some 1/8 and see how good it welds. So let's suit up. Okay, guys. So we're about to go ahead and try the stick feature. So we're doing stick. So this is my ground right here. The ground will go in negative for stick. Okay, so it just goes up here. You just connect this one. You don't worry about this one. You only use this one right here whenever you do Mig flux. So the next one is your stinger, your electrode holder, which is going to be positive, which will go right here at the bottom. That's pretty much it, guys. Real simple. There's all to it. So now, whenever you do weld stick, you're going to be dealing with amps. So go ahead. I'm going to run some 332 stick. I'm going to try 90. See how good it welds. So So let's start there. Okay guys, so I'm about to go ahead and do some stick welding for you. So my plan today is run it on some pipe. Now I have a welding school out here in Houston, Texas, and we're always doing stick welding and TIG. So I'm really curious to see how good it could burn. So what we're gonna do is on this side, I'm gonna run some 332 7018. On the website it says that this machine can run up to 1/8. So I'm gonna do 1/8 on this side and just see how good it welds, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of stick welding. So I'm gonna go ahead and like I mentioned before, I'm running at 90 amps right now. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. With 332, you can run it anywhere from 75 all the way to like 105, depending on what you're welding and how hot you can burn. So I'm gonna try it there and adjust it as I go. So that's what I just ran. Let's take some of that slag off. Check that out. Very beautiful weld, real nice, real smooth. Once again, the machine runs real smooth, real good, man. What y'all think about that weld that I laid down right there? 7018, 332, did a pretty good job, guys. Pretty happy with it. Okay guys, so I ran at 332, very smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. 1/8 rod, try about 140 amps. Try to fill this up. I'm running kind of hot, man. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very red. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. That was a little bit too hot. Let's try 130. It was starting to eat up the metal a little bit. So did 1/8, ran pretty good, ran smooth once again. Let's take the slag off and see how it looks. Okay guys, that's that one. What y'all think about that weld that I laid down right there? 7018, 332, did a pretty good job, guys. Pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Okay guys, so we tried stick welding and it did a great job. The machine runs very smooth. 7018, 332, did a great job. Same thing with 1/8. So now we're gonna try some TIG welding. So hook up TIG, you have your knob up here again. So you're gonna put it on lift TIG. Once you put it on lift TIG, you're gonna be dealing with amps. I think I'm gonna set it at, I'm gonna do 150. See how good it runs. I want to run pretty hot, see how good it does. So, okay, so this is how you hook it up. On your little diagram right here. On the little diagram right here, you see it says lift TIG. Okay, so the connection that goes to your TIG rig needs to be negative. Okay, so negative goes to my TIG rig. Now I'm gonna switch it up. Hope I don't confuse y'all. This is what I'm gonna use to hook up to my TIG rig, and it's simply because you cannot fit this connection that I have in here, and the only one that will fit is the ground. So the ground, I'm gonna put it on here so I can have power to my TIG rig. I'm gonna just set it down on the side. Electric coder, which is supposed to be the one that runs power to the TIG rig. The reason why I did it like that, because this will not open wide enough to go into my TIG rig. So I'm gonna switch it around. So this will be my ground now. So the ground goes into positive, and you just hook this up to wherever you're gonna ground in piece of whatever metal you're gonna ground off to. So pretty simple. 150 amps. Let's see what it does. So the lift arc feature. So I'm supposed to just tap the metal, come up, and it's ignited. So 150 amps. It does feel a little cold. Okay, so I cranked it up, runs way better. I have it maxed out right now, guys, so it did pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and run another bead on top, but this is the first bead. Came out pretty good. It's burning. I honestly feel like I could run a little hotter though. It does not feel like I'm burning at 207 amps at all. Maybe I'm honestly burning about 150 to be honest, but Pretty nice looking bead. I'm gonna go ahead and put one on top of here, and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I ran the second bead, and it does a pretty good job with TIG. It does feel smooth, guys. It does feel smooth. It does feel like the arc is in control. It's not wild. It's burning. I'm taking my time, and it's burning pretty good. It's just, I feel like I need more heat to weld some of this thick. Now, whenever you do TIG weld, you do use way more amps than you do stick or MIG, so that might be it. So if you plan on using TIG, I think this machine will burn really good if you do like sanitary or some light gauge or welding. I think this machine will do good, but pipe welding, everyday basics, just running beads non-stop, I don't think this machine will be good for that TIG feature. Alright, so I tried carbon steel TIG welding. It was okay, man, but you do need more heat whenever you do weld a carbon steel. Now, if you do want to do some stainless welding, TIG welding is the way to go. Do not weld stainless with stick. Do not recommend it. You'll punch through. TIG welding stainless is the best way to go. So I wanted to run a little pass for you right here. I found a little piece of coupon laying around my shop. So I'm gonna just run a small bead vertical going up so y'all can see how good it was in stainless. Okay guys, so I just finished running this bead. I think it came out pretty good, man. Not too bad. Running 100 amps. I could probably ran it a little hotter, but it did good for that. As you can see all my ripples in there. As I'm walking the cup up, you have some little bit of color down here. But yeah, guys, stainless weld. Okay, guys, so I just finished using this machine. Now it's time for my honest opinion of what I think about it. So I think for $300, this is a great machine. You can do a lot of things with it. One of my favorite things about this machine that I will have to say is that it's simple. They have a lot of machines on the market, but they have way too many features, way too many settings. You have to click this, click that to get to this. I like it how they kept it nice, clean, simple. Just a few buttons, that's all you need, and it's just easy. Another thing I like about it, how small it is, how light it is. It gets a little heavy once you own a 10-pound MIG spool wire in here, but once you take the spool out, man, you can easily just carry it around. It's really convenient. I love that 110 feature. There's sometimes where I'm working on the field and I just need to do some little light welding at restaurants or whatever I'm doing, and that 110 comes in handy. But like I mentioned before, make sure you use the adapter that it comes with, the 220, because that's how you get all the juice, especially if you're going to be doing TIG, MIG, and stick welding. The 220 will come in handy. But man, appreciate y'all rocking with me. If you do have any questions, comments, go ahead and leave it down. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.